Welcome to MarcusG.tv. I'm Chef Marcus Giuliano.
And Jamie.
It's great to have you back.
Thanks.
You haven't been on video in a while.
I know.
I've been slacking on my YouTube videos. I haven't been uploading one a day like I did for a year and a half almost. But needless to say, McDonald's is closing hundreds of stores worldwide. China, Japan, and the US. So we found articles all over the web. It's all over the web right now. Same article.
Yes.
So it must be just a copy and paste press release from McDonald's.
Right.
So it's funny because all these reporters sometimes don't have time to do their own work. So if you send out a press release, you're a big company, or even if we send out a press release to all the smaller newspapers, they just copy and paste my press release. Or now it looks like they might be copying and pasting McDonald's press releases. So the advantage to that being done is McDonald's has control over what they're saying, right? As opposed to not
the media being in control over what is being said.
So this is a bad situation for McDonald's. So they're just trying to probably make it a better situation by controlling their message and sending out a press release that everybody's just copying and pasting instead of not saying something and the media to catch on and write their own conclusions. I mean, there's no good conclusions anyway when you close locations.
Right. So McDonald's is closing hundreds of restaurants this year. Wow. That's...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what does the article say?
McDonald's MCD shuttered 350 poorly performing stores in Japan, the United States, and China the first 3 months of 2015 as part of its plan to boost its sagging profits.
It's had sagging profits for some time.
Well, yes. I mean, there's lots of other things that are popping up that are better choices for people, and I think people are realizing that they can get a better meal,
not so much a better value, but I don't think people are really in it for the value anymore.
No, they're into it for fast food.
They're into it for fast food, but they're into it for different flavors, different experiences, and I think other places...
I think fast is number one. People don't have the time to spend cooking. People don't cook.
Well, regardless of that, I think there's a lot of restaurants that are fast. I think just McDonald's is an old way of eating.
Well, I think it's a lot of fried food, and I think that, society has kind of showed us that there's other things out there.
That's what I'm trying to say. Right. There's other options, other cool hip options for fast food now.
Yes.
Lots of places are doing cool hip fast food.
There's Mexican,
right, there's all we went to this one pizza place. It was like not a make your own pizza, but to build your own pizza, like a Chipotle where you go down the line, you just take things. It was really cool. We went in there to see what they were doing. They did a gluten-free, they did a dairy-free pizza, but they have all the kind of pizzas, and it's like the oven is so hot, the pizzas come out just like that.
How about the place we just went in the city, which was a vegan fast food place?
Right.
Vegan fast food, and they're popping up everywhere, and you don't even need to be vegan to enjoy the food.
Right. I see McDonald's personally getting hammered in locations where there's all these other options. Now, we're in a small town of Ellenville. If you're driving through Ellenville and you're looking for quick fast food,
there's
no other option.
Except for pizza.
That's why I think the line at McDonald's, the drive-through line locally,
it's always
full. It's always busy.
So there's really nowhere else to go.
Nowhere else to go. But if you're in a big metropolitan area, not even a big, but a decent-sized metropolitan area or city with
other options.
There's so many other options.
Absolutely.
And I think people would rather go to Chipotle versus McDonald's. You're not going to. So is it the value that people are after? I don't see. Here's my point. I don't think people are after that value. Like McDonald's pushes their dollar menu.
I think there's a certain caliber of people, not even caliber, but who are looking for McDonald's cheap prices. And then you have the people who don't mind spending a little bit more to get a better, different product.
A better, different product.
Right.
So, I mean, really, this article, the more you go down it, I mean, it's just they've been decreasing.
11% decrease in revenue and a 30% drop in profit for the first 3 months of the year.
That's a significant drop. I mean, the article goes on and on, and it just shows you. I mean, the article specifically says that they're trying to really just wean out the unprofitable or less profitable stores.
Right.
It's not that they're not making money. Don't get me wrong. McDonald's is not making money. They're just not making as much money.
They are making money.
They're making money.
Yes.
So don't take this as, oh, they're not making money, they're losing money. No, they're just not making as much money. When they say they took a 30% dip in profits,
Right.
They could still be making in those stores and those whatever old world, you know, company wide, they can still be making an astronomical amount.
Right.
But this shows you that these companies like this, big companies like this, are so ruthless, and that they're so focused on
the profit and the bottom line.
The profit line, and they're focused on Wall Street, because this move is being done to keep their stock prices high, right? So it says in here that they actually sent Wall Street analysts, you know, a report and everything of what they're doing, because they want to stay strong on Wall Street. They want investors to feel confident in doing this. So now here, investors are going to look at this and say, oh wow, McDonald's is really serious. Let's put our money in McDonald's. It's these big money managers, these big portfolio managers. Say, all right, McDonald's is cleaning its act up. Yeah, they've been hammered, but now they're taking their worst performing stores, they're getting rid of them. So what's going to happen? We're assuming the profits are going to go back up.
And they're also, it seems to me in this article, they're testing larger, pricier items on their menu.
I noticed that.
Like a third of a pound burger for $5.
I heard that the other day. I heard a sirloin burger on...
So they're going to try things to lure people in, right?
Yeah.
Who don't care about that price point, who are more cared about a better product.
Now let's face it. If something's $1 on a menu, there's not much. It might be a huge margin, but there's not a huge contribution. So let's say if they're selling something for $1 and they're paying 25 cents for it, that's 75 cents that they're putting in the register, right, or taking to the bank. If something costs $5 and it's a 50% margin, they have $2.50 to play with.
Right.
So this is the one thing that a lot of other restaurateurs don't understand. The higher your menu prices are, the better value you can give to your guests, because you have more money to play with. There's more money to put into the register than taking a cheap dish. I mean, you can have the best food cost on the cheapest dish, right? You could have a $5, $6, $7 entree. You can have a $6 pasta entree and be running a phenomenal margin on it. However, if you're putting $5 in the register, $5 only goes so far. If you're charging 20 for an entree and you're putting 12 into the register, that's more money to pay bills.
Right.
So don't be caught up with the price of something that it's a really, you know, especially if you're a restaurateur, that, oh, I'm going to make a lot more money because I have a cheaper item that I'm going to, you know, that I've got a great percentage on. So those percentage items at McDonald's, those dollar menu items, they're not big contributors to their menu. So I can totally see them putting on a $5 item. And especially when you walk into Chipotle, you can't get out of there for $10.
No.
You can't.
No, it's usually about, well, because you have put on an add-on here and water and a drink. It's about $12, $13 by the time you walk out per person.
And Chipotle's is packed.
All the time.
You know, we drive by them. There's one in Kingston, there's one in Middletown. They're mobbed. They're packed. And we hear a lot of people talk good things about Chipotle. People love Chipotle, and supposedly they're healthier, which is in question. So
it's an uphill battle for McDonald's.
Yeah, I think they have a lot to do with their image.
And they have a lot to do, yeah.
I think they have a lot of image rebuilding to do. I think they really need to. I think they really need to really. How do I want to say it? Portray themselves differently, like they're actually making a difference. Because a lot of other restaurants when you go into now, they tout if they're using an organic item, if they're using a local item, and these are fast.
Or if they're charity, or they're donating,
right?
Or they're,
I mean, McDonald's has the Ronald McDonald House, right? McDonald House. But I just think the overall image, and I think people have seen McDonald's for 30, 40 years, and you see the arches and everything in the stores. I just think the whole thing just needs a freshen up, a makeup, something different image, different portrayal.
And we might see that in the next couple of years. I mean, I have a feeling it's coming.
I have a feeling it's coming too. It would have to, especially if their numbers keep going down like this. So McDonald's closing hundreds and hundreds of stores, China, Japan, and the United States. So if you're watching this, what is your favorite fast food restaurant? What is your favorite fast food option? Now, we talked about a couple other things, a couple other options. I like grocery stores. I like places like Whole Foods.
Right, we'll run in and grab something.
Right, because they have the huge buffet there. Or I'll walk into a store and grab some hummus, I'll grab some fruit.
But again, you're going up in price. We do not walk out of Whole Foods for lunch less than $17
a person. Right, and just because you think things are on a buffet and it's cheap and it's by the pound.
So it's not cheap.
It's not cheap. Yeah, we're always at the $30 price point for people now.
Always.
Interesting enough, you could sit down at like an Indian restaurant and order great vegan food. Even you can order chicken or something in an Indian restaurant, and for $9 for lunch for a buffet or 15,
right, and
get served. So,
so the value, I think, is what people kind of look for in a way: fast food and value for lunch.
Yeah.
You know, or even, you know, for a dinner type thing.
There's nothing wrong with packing your own food.
No, and going to the grocery store and buying stuff, you know, and packing it is definitely an option.
I did a video recently on when Justin and I go skiing, we always take our own food, and it's just amazing to see all the people around us. And last time we were there, I actually Justin and I were listening in at the table next to us because the kids were demanding bacon burgers, French fries. They were demanding that of the parents. But that's the parents' fault.
Well, they aren't teaching them.
They're not teaching the
right
kids.
To eat.
They're not teaching. Our kids never demand junk food.
It's easier for them to just go buy food.
It's easier for the
parents.
parents.
And so that's why fast food works, and that's why McDonald's, you know, obviously they're closing stores, but that's why it works, because it's fast and that's what people are looking for. We've never been like that. We know lots of people that are not like that, but there obviously are more people that are that aren't. So.
Yep. I'm Chef Marcus Giuliano.
And Jamie.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in.
Press like, click, leave your comments below.
Subscribe, and thanks for watching.